We love
What
hip
I do
hop.
want to talk about quickly before we get out of here is racist cops. Right? There has been a story floating around about a guy. I think his name is he has the same name as one of the Backstreet Boys. I think his name is Chris Kirkpatrick or whatever. And apparently, there was some kind of meeting that was going on with the police and some members of the black community. From what I'm hearing from the news stories, things got a little bit heated, and a racial slur was said. Maybe not hurled at someone, but was said, and now this guy is on suspension with pay. So let's pull it up and see what kind of fuckery that the Toronto police continue to get into. Or I think it's Durham police. Durham police deputy chief suspended. The deputy chief, fam. There's got to be more than one news story on this because I pulled this up earlier when I first heard this. But let me just double check something because I feel like there might be another corresponding story. Deputy chief suspended for slur. Yeah, let's look at this one here.
CTV News has learned through sources that the deputy chief is Chris Kirkpatrick, who has been suspended with pay after allegations arose that he used a racially inappropriate word. Kirkpatrick is alleged to have used the slur during a meeting with the Afro-Caribbean Canadian Internal Support Network. This is according to the Durham Regional Police Service Chief Peter Morea, who says, in part, a deputy chief used language, although not directly at anyone, but it was offensive and inconsistent with our values. He adds,
gang, does anybody know this is why I love live chats, yo. Does anybody know anything more about this story, even from outside of the news stories that have been coming out? Okay. What the hell did he say? What words did he use?
They recognize the impact words can have, although not directly at anyone, but it was offensive and inconsistent with our values. He adds they recognize the impact words can have regardless of intent. DRPS remains firmly committed to fostering a respectful, inclusive environment where all members feel valued, safe, and supported.
Dare I try to figure out if it was the N word? I doubt they would have said it in a news story, but he wouldn't have said nigga in that meeting. That would be crazy. So it had to be something, well, maybe not a one word type of thing that he said, but like a phrase or turn of phrase that he said that is just like, nah, bro, you're getting a little bit too comfortable. You shouldn't say that. All right. Dare I ask you guys in the live chat, what could this man have said? Okay, try to censor yourself as much as possible. What could this man have said that got everybody offended without it being nigga?
The chief says he informed the police board as soon as he found out about what had happened, and according to the board, they were made aware of this alleged misconduct on Wednesday. It adds that both sworn...
Shit. Thank you, Season. I remember when I was at a Black History event and the mayor at the time, Miller, said Crack History Month by mistake. Shit like that. It'd be shit like that. Oops. Or it could have been like, well, come on, man. We know you guys all like to eat chicken. And you'd be like, nigga, what? What did you just say? That's why I don't think it was nigga. I feel like it was like some type of thing that he said that it was like, bruh, you know you're not allowed to say that, right? Like, nigga would be too on the nose. It's too obvious. Or towards the LG. Nah, because it was a meeting with a black community type of thing. You know what I'm saying? They could have offended the LG, but I feel like it was something racially motivated. Right? And remember, if it was the LG, they would have said something like homophobically motivated or something like, you know what I'm saying?
Officers and civilian employees were at this meeting. We spoke with Ajax City Councilor Sterling Lee about the incident.
But old Ajax.
To say that I was shocked and appalled is absolutely an understatement. It's 2026, and for all the work we've done since Black Lives Matter, since the civil rights movement, there are certain words we know not to say, whether it's in mixed company, whether it's in a professional setting. The fact that it was in a professional setting as a superior to people.
He said words not to say. I don't know. I'm trying to just get to the bottom of it in some kind of way. If it's words, I don't feel it was nigga still. Because that's just like wild. Like, whoa, you let that slip. But it's like a word like that he shouldn't be saying. You know what is a word that like gets me uncomfortable before we continue? Wigger. Even if white people say that shit, it makes me uncomfortable. Yes, you changed the N to a W. You're not talking about black people. You're talking about that white guy that's trying to be black. But why is that the word that you choose to describe the white guy who's trying to be black? What do you call the black guy who's being black then? You get me? That's why, like, maybe when I was younger, it didn't really make my shoulders go up when I heard that word. And the thing is, like, it's one thing when brothers are saying it, it don't make it any better. It makes it a little bit better. But when a white person says it, I'm like, you're low-key getting the N-word pass just by switching the N to a W. I'm uncomfortable with that shit. I'm just saying. Am I being like a septum-nosed, blue-haired freaking leftist by thinking that way? I don't think so. I just feel like, why are you using that ER like that? I know you said it with a W, but you kind of said nigga with the ER. Am I wrong about that, gang? Am I tripping? It just don't feel comfortable. Like, yo, look at this guy. Who does he think he is? That friggin' wigger. What? Did you say no? I said wig. Wig. I don't know if that's any better there, Brad. I don't know if I feel good about that, Brad. All right, just my thoughts.
Well, as part of a working group for the Afro-Caribbean officers, and to use that word casually is absolutely unacceptable. And it was disheartening to hear. And I think I speak on behalf of myself and the general Black community and racialized community in Durham Region and Ajax. We expected better.
According to the police board, an independent investigation is now being done by a third party. Reporting live, I'm Allison Hurst. Nathan.
This is posturing, fam. Wait a minute. Let me see this guy's face. Where's his face? There we go. Chris Kirkpatrick. This guy right here, or whatever they're doing, this is posturing. One, and obviously it's not no better or whatever. It's not so much worse. But he ain't shoot nobody on the job or whatever. They're just like, yo, you said some wild shit, so we're going to suspend you, but we'll pay you. This nigga's on vacation, fam. To me, as somebody who, if I was the person offended at this event, I'd be like, so the man called us some racial shit, and you guys told him that he can go to, I don't know, Vancouver and go chill for a week with his pay. That's all y'all are doing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he might go to America. He might go to Florida and go hang out for about 2 months and then come back home. He'll spend the money that he's getting from his paycheck. He's suspended with pay. I don't know about if you should suspend it without pay, because like I said, the man didn't go out and pop some nigga in his head and said, oh no, he shot himself. And the SIU found out later it was really him. Okay? But for his ranking, he should know way better. He's not just like some beat cop or some pencil pusher ass nigga. Look at his uniform, fam. He's got the freaking the Dundada uniform of the cops. So he might need to know a little bit better than the average cop on his force or on any force. So yeah, you might have to take the pay away just to make it where it's like, yeah, bro, watch your mouth, fam. All that bullshit that they're going to do later. Oh, we'll put him through racial insensitivity training and all that kind of fuckery. Like, whatever, bro. It don't mean that the nigga's not going to be, or it's not going to mean that homie ain't going to be racist later. All right? You suspended him with pay, put him in a course for a second. He'll be all right. He'll be back on the street, or his guys, his force will be back on the street, putting nightsticks to niggas' legs in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.